Have you felt like Vegas just isn't what it used to be? You're not alone. The City of Lights is facing an unprecedented challenge, and its future hangs in the balance. We're diving deep into the true forces behind Las Vegas's tourist decline and what it means for the iconic destination we thought we knew. Las Vegas, a name that once meant excitement. Bright neon signs, endless buffets, world-class shows, and slot machines that promised fortune. For decades, Vegas was America's playground, millions visiting every year to escape reality. From Elvis to Celine Dion, from Frank Sinatra to Lady Gaga, Las Vegas became more than a city. It was a symbol of the American dream. Anyone could arrive broke and leave rich. At least, that was the fantasy. But in 2025, that fantasy is showing cracks. Today, Las Vegas faces one of the toughest periods in its modern history. Tourist numbers are down, hotel rates are dropping, and rideshare drivers report slower business. The Strip, once packed every night, now has stretches that feel strangely quiet. So what happened? How did the entertainment capital of the world start to lose its magic? To understand, we need to go back to how Vegas built its empire, and why that same system may now be causing its struggles. After World War, Las Vegas exploded. Casinos became luxurious, hotels turned into mega-resorts, and visitors poured in from across the country. The formula was simple: cheap rooms, great food, and the promise of luck. Casinos profited, and visitors left with stories to tell. By the 1990s and early 2000s, Vegas reinvented itself. It wasn't just for gamblers anymore. It was for families, concerts, conventions, and fine dining. The Bellagio's fountains became global icons, and the Mirage's erupting volcano lit up postcards. When online gambling threatened traditional casinos, Vegas adapted. It sold experiences, not just bets. In 2019, before the pandemic, Las Vegas welcomed over 42 million visitors. But 2020 nearly destroyed that momentum. Hotels shut down. Casinos went silent. For the first time in modern history, the lights on the Strip dimmed. It was more than an economic crisis. It was an identity crisis. When the world reopened, Vegas came roaring back. But by early 2025, the numbers were worrying. Visitor volume was falling again. Room occupancy and rates, once sky-high, were slipping. Rideshare and taxi drivers reported losing up to a third of their income. Restaurants off the Strip struggled to fill tables. The big resorts continued to push premium prices. For a while, that worked. But inflation, high airfare, and rising living costs made Vegas less accessible for the average traveler. A weekend in Vegas became a luxury many families couldn't afford. Even international visitors, especially from Asia and Europe, returned slower than expected. Many cited tighter budgets, while some were drawn to alternative destinations like Dubai, Singapore, or domestic options like Miami and Nashville. At the same time, Vegas kept adding luxury. The newest mega attraction, the Sphere, stunned the world. This 360-foot-tall LED globe became a viral sensation, but concert tickets often cost hundreds of dollars, attracting fewer everyday tourists and more high rollers chasing exclusivity. The business model favors billionaires over bus tour. Residents experience the slowdown differently. Maria, a rideshare driver, says, "There used to be constant rides. Now I wait sometimes 30 minutes, even on weekends." James, a casino server, adds, "Tips are smaller, fewer people are ordering big meals, everyone's watching their budget." The slowdown isn't just numbers, it's livelihoods. It hits hardest the hotel cleaners, valet attendants, casino workers, and small business owners. The famous Vegas slogan, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas," no longer applies. What's happening in Vegas is now affecting the wider region. Still, Vegas isn't down for the count. This is a city that has reinvented itself more times than any other in America, and 2025 is no exception. The Latin Grammy Awards return to the MGM Grand Garden Arena, drawing huge crowds both live and online. New residencies are launching. The Eagles announced their final 4 shows at the Sphere in 2026, while New Kids on the Block extended their residency, keeping fans nostalgic. High-end cuisine is taking center stage. The famous London restaurant Gymkhana is opening its first U.S. location on the Strip this December. Las Vegas is also embracing art and fashion, with Natalie Germanotta debuting her designs at Las Vegas Fashion Week. Vegas is shifting from gambling and nightlife to culture and creativity. Experts point to 3 main reasons for the city's tourist decline. First, the economy. Americans have less discretionary income. Inflation, high gas prices, and rising debt cut into travel budgets. Second, alternatives. Online entertainment, sports betting apps, and virtual casinos make the Vegas experience no longer exclusive. Third, oversaturation. Too many high-end experiences have diluted the magic, making the city predictable. People aren't chasing the Vegas dream anymore. They're chasing something new. Behind the glitter, there's also the question of control. In late 2025, regulators and casino owners united against gray zone gambling, targeting online events and bets outside Nevada's regulated casinos. Casinos argue these are customer-stealing threats. Critics see a battle for survival. Vegas now faces a choice: open up or risk falling behind. Beyond the Strip, Vegas is a real city. Neighborhoods, schools, and families exist beyond neon lights. When tourism slows, taxes drop, public services tighten, and local businesses suffer. Housing prices remain high, making it difficult for workers to afford living locally. Still, community resilience shows hope. Neighborhoods are launching small businesses, cafes, art studios, and markets catering to residents. Vegas is rediscovering itself as a real city, not just a spectacle. Conventions are another lifeline. Tech expos, medical conferences, and corporate events bring tens of thousands of visitors. Business tourism is steadier, more predictable, and often higher spending. This shift, however, changes the city's culture. The wild, chaotic side of Vegas is giving way to suits and corporate meetings. Despite challenges, the skyline evolves. The Sphere glows like a planet in the desert. The Bellagio's fountains dance nightly. Fremont Street hums with street performers, flashing lights, and live music. Tourists may be fewer, but experiences remain unforgettable. Vegas still looks like success, even as the city struggles behind the scenes. City officials are responding. Investments in solar energy, water conservation, and smarter infrastructure aim to adapt to extreme desert conditions. There's talk of family-friendly parks, cultural festivals, and community events. Developers are experimenting with AI-driven attractions, hologram concerts, and immersive art. Vegas has always thrived on reinvention. History shows that whenever it falls, it comes back stronger, more creative, and more daring. But this time, the challenges are global, and competition isn't only with other cities, it's with the digital world itself. Every great city reaches a moment when its old identity no longer fits the world. For Las Vegas, entertainment is evolving. Phones, streaming, and digital media now deliver experiences people once traveled for. The lights still shine, the music still plays, but the magic is changing. Vegas isn't dying, it's transforming. As fans cheer at the Latin Grammys, the city's story continues. Las Vegas is built on dreams, risk, and resilience. The next era may not be about gambling or glitz, but survival, creativity, and connection. In the end, the true bet was never on cards or dice. It was on the people, the workers, performers, and dreamers, who refused to let the desert go dark. Even in decline, Vegas still matters. The question isn't whether it can come back. It's how it will reinvent itself this time.